Harav Mordechai Mentlik, one of the Rosh Yeshivas in 770, was a very, very strong Mekusher. He was a Mekusher B'tachas HaShlemis. I remember there was a year that he davened for the Omid. It was the year that his father-in-law passed away. So he davened for the Omid, and he davened with the Rebbe's minyan. He made sure that the Rebbe shouldn't have to wait a second. As soon as the Rebbe finished Menesre, he would right away start Chazar HaShatz without anything, and he made sure it should happen right away. When the Rebbe still ate upstairs in the apartment of the Frierdiker Rebbe, and people used to go up to be there to hear what's going on, to watch the Rebbe, and to hear what they speak to the Rebbe. He never, ever went up. And they said, and I think it's true, I'm not sure, I didn't hear it from him, but they say it seems like it's true that the reason they didn't go up, because the Rebbe didn't sit up front. The Seder was that the Rebbe sat in the same place as he used to sit when the Frierdiker Rebbe was there. So the Frierdiker Rebbe had his place, the Rebbe sat on the side. And he said he would not go into a place where the Rebbe doesn't sit Ebenon, doesn't sit up front. He was a big Mekusher. Now, he was also in charge, as I said, with the Kanim, and the Pulpulim that the Kanim said, and the printing of the Pulpul Talmidim. He would look it over, etc., etc. So I remember when I was said Pulpul as one of the Kanim in Igla, and then later I wrote it up and I gave it to print in the Pulpul Talmidim, and he was one of the Marechas, he was in charge. And my Pulpul was based on a zettel that the Rebbe wrote that wasn't printed anywhere, but the Rebbe wrote it as an answer to a boch at that time, Nochem Zevin, Rab Zevin's Einikel, who learned 770 for a year, and he went to Yechidus. The Rebbe spoke to him in Nigla, and then he wrote the Shaila to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe answered a long, long zettel, poshet, a tief zettel in Lomdes in Nigla. And I sat down with him to copy it over, and my Pulpul was based on that zettel. And when I gave it to Rabbi Mentlik as written, the Pulpul that I said, which was based on that settle to print, he looked at it and he looked through it and he said, but the settle is not printed anywhere. So I said, but I saw myself the Ksav Yad. I was the one that saw the Ksav Yad and read the Ksav Yad. But he wanted to make sure, because of Hiskashrus, to make sure, since it's not printed anywhere, he wants to make sure that we have, permission, or to make sure that it's true and have permission from the Rebbe. I don't know exactly which expression to use. He says he's not going to let it be printed unless it goes first into the Rebbe. So he took that settle, I don't know if the whole settle or just a part of the settle that was negayed to the Pulpul, and he sent it into the Rebbe to get a haskama from the Rebbe that it could be used, and it's reliable. And after the Rebbe gave his haskama, that's when he allowed it to be printed. That's all part of his Hiskashrus. He wanted to make sure that anything has to do with the Rebbe should be 100%.